Hi there. I'm gonna record now. I think it's recording. Yes, I see a countdown. Okay. So it's been a long time since I recorded, and there's been a lot of new developments in my life and in the world, so I feel like I should say something. It's too close. You can see my pores. Okay. So, couple things on my mind. I have really been enjoying this season. Last fall and last Halloween were so traumatizing. Well, basically the last year has been traumatizing. Up until about August. And it's just been really, really good. And it just gets better and better and better. And I've been making a lot of jewelry. I've been giving them away as gifts. And it's just been really fun to, work with this medium. A very hands-on, no pun intended, medium. Better than painting. I mean, I do like to paint, but it just doesn't seem like enough action for my brain. I have like a squirrel brain. So sometimes it just doesn't seem like I'm doing enough. But I love the grace of the colors blending and everything. So that's why I think I painted for so long. And then to see the color develop on the canvas, right? So I have definitely been doing this new thing where I don't pressure myself to do anything. And I don't know how most people have lived, but most of my life it's been like, you should do this, you should do that, you should do this. And mostly because I was a fat person who lost a lot of weight, 150 pounds, and have kept it off since I was 18. I'm 41 now. So my whole life has been, you got to exercise like every day, and there's just a lot of pressure in my life because I do a lot of good things for myself, and I don't let myself off the hook much, and I don't make excuses, and I don't believe in excuses, and I don't like excuses because, at the end of the day, we're all in charge of ourselves. We're all in charge of our health and our sanity, and so I take that job very seriously. So I don't pressure myself anymore. I trust myself, and I don't let myself down, and I seem to relax a lot more, so that's good. I recently had a very philosophical epiphany. I really should just write a book, but it would be so scattered and all over the place. I don't even know what I would talk about. But I got a piece of information, and maybe I shouldn't have asked for the information, but it turned out that I was right about something, and it just solidified the fact that my intuition is always correct, and yours probably is too. If you think something's going on, it is. That's just, it's women's intuition. It's just the way we operate. We know. And because we know how stories play out, we know men, and we know how stories play out. And it's never any different than you're thinking it's going to be. It's just interesting and fascinating and sad because I know where this is going for this girl, and I've said a prayer for her when I found out, and she comes across my mind a lot, and I can't say the name or anything, but if some weird shape of fate, and I do think it'll happen, you end up looking at this video down the road when it's all over, when you're looking for answers, I'm really sorry that it happened, and it's not you. He's not capable of loving anybody. He's a very broken, fucked person, and it is absolutely not you. And he gravitates to you in the way he gravitated to me because he wants someone to love him, and not in the way like you and I do. We want someone to love. He needs someone to love him because he can't do the job himself. He can't love himself. He can't take care of himself. I'm sure you've already noticed the horrible things about him, and I'm really sorry that you're in pain. But let me also say something, is that this person was created to hurt people very deeply, so that he is one of God's own, believe it or not, because he is so dark and twisted and painful that he's a catalyst, and he will bring out an amazing birth in yourself. An amazing person is going to come out of this pain, and it's hard for him to get rid of him, and you may not want to get rid of him. I remember being in my 20s, and you will not understand this till later. That's just all I can say, because everything else is going to be rejected. So just know that I think about you, and I pray for you, and I hope the best for you. And because I got through it, I think anybody can get through it. And to be honest with yourself, and not to beat you up, but something I used to always think was that, well, I knew this was going to happen. Well, it's okay, because your soul wanted this to happen. And I know that you get what I'm saying. Your soul wanted this to happen because you're going to end up being so much better after this. But you knew that he loved somebody. When I came across the knowledge that he loved somebody, I couldn't go forward, because I deserve to be that person who is coveted as number one. I've got to be someone's number one if you're going to be my number one. So that's all I have to really say about that. But I've never met you, I don't know you, and I love you, and I do wish the best for you, and I am sorry that you're hurting. And I promise, I'm walking proof that it gets so much better, that he happened for a reason. And I fought that for a long time, and he did. He happened for a reason. So there's that. Also, in other news, I really don't want people to be afraid of what this president's going to do, of what Trump's going to do. I really, really don't want people to be afraid, because fear makes you small, and it makes you miserable. And I remember my ex-fiance used to always talk about the tarot card, the Fool. And he would say, that's his card, because you smile while, and if anybody knows the tarot, you smile while you walk off a cliff. What else can you do? I mean, I say fall from the highest point. I used to say I'm a realist. Now, I don't say any of those things. I think that you can't take the good too seriously, and you can't take the bad too seriously. And these days, I'm on an even keel. And I think it's age. And I definitely think you cannot be wise before you have age. Because, I have always been a wise, evolved person, but yet I still couldn't get relationships right. I couldn't give up the hope of people. I just beat myself up. I put pressure. With age, this is something to look forward to. Getting older is something to look forward to, because mentally, and it's God's gift, or nature's gift, whatever you want to say, that your body starts to decline, but your mind gets so much better that you don't even care. You realize that stuff doesn't matter. And I just want to spend the rest of my life doing things I want to do. There's so many art forms that I've never done. I've never sculpted. Excuse me. I've never played the violin. So, I'm going to get a sewing machine next. I've made jewelry now. I've painted. I'm just never going to stop growing, and there's nothing holding me back. There's no voice inside saying, you're too old for this, you're too fat for this, you're not talented enough, it doesn't fucking matter. If you're obviously, like my piano teacher used to tell me, you're not going to be good at something when you first start. That is impossible. And you're going to be not impressed with yourself for a while, but you've got to let the growth happen. If you stop doing it, you're never going to get better. Like, this piece of jewelry, this amethyst, was driving me insane. Okay? And I'll show it to you, actually. gonna turn a light on, but it's probably not gonna help anything. Oh, it did. Oh, on the camera it did. Okay, well, this is the amethyst that was driving me insane. And I'll bring the camera in. I don't know if it does it justice, but that's the amethyst I got for my birthday, and I finally made a necklace out of it. And it was haunting me. I was like, I don't want to sit down and do this. So that's the amethyst. Here's a little, reminds me of the Titanic jewel necklace. I just wire wrapped that like 5 minutes. And then did something extra with my dream necklace that I kept waiting to be cleaned up, and added this little stone to it. And these stones are really pretty, and I don't know if you can catch the glitter on them, but they're like a black moonstone. They're really, really cool, and I'd love to make this for more people if they like them. But yeah, those are my pieces, and I just got to tell you, I've been reading Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert, and it has just set me free. You know, it doesn't matter if it's good, it just matters if it gets done. And I kept looking at this damn jewel like, Amy, sit down and do it. And I've just been wire wrapping rocks like crazy, and I don't think about it, and I just think, do it, just do it. It doesn't matter if it turns out less than you would have hoped. You're not a professional. What matters is that the project gets done. That's all. Because it's torture not doing it when I want to do it. And I think everybody's like this. When you want to take up something, you want to be good at it, because you know you don't want to be wasting materials, and you don't want to seem like a fraud, and you just want to be good. You know, if you're going to spend your time doing something, you want to be good. No ma'am. And so it's hard. There's a lot of pressure on you. Take the pressure off and just have fun. This is playing. This is not going to make me money. This is not anything but hobbies that bring me complete joy. You know what also brings me joy? Drawing flowers. For no fucking reason. I've actually had people at jobs make fun of me and like, are we in kindergarten? Because I'll be doodling flowers. And I'm just like, you know what? I didn't ask your fucking opinion. I didn't ask your permission. And I don't give a fuck what you think. If you drew more flowers, you'd probably be a nicer person. My cat's getting on my... She thinks these are toys. So yeah. Do what you want to fucking do. If you want to take up a project, if you want to learn how to do something, fucking do it. And play. Just play. Life should be, you know, when you leave work, and then play. Like, do anything you want to do. Start writing a book, start painting, start making jewelry, start cooking, start sculpting, start sewing, start writing music, start playing music, playing instrument. Just fucking do it. Because it's not a life worth living if you don't. Art is very important. And for me, my mind's like a border collie, to quote Elizabeth Gilbert. You have to give I have to give my mind a job to do, or I'm not going to like the job it does, and it usually is destroying my peace of mind. So, that's what I've been doing. I love you guys so very, very much, and I really, really don't want you to worry. And hello, Villa Vallo, if you happen to watch these videos. I love you guys. Bye.